Hey there. So today I want to show you guys a couple of mods that I think are going to add a lot more playability to the game, and they're probably going to give you a lot more you can do over a long period of time. We are early access right now, so obviously a lot of things are going to be very relaxed, you could say. But thankfully there's a lot of mods that are going to help out with that. So I've grabbed a group of 5 mods that I added into a list, and I'm going to show you guys each one by one, and exactly why I think that they're going to help you a lot in enjoying the game for a while, even though there's not a whole lot you can do yet, given just how much work that the actual devs have on their plate. It's going to take a little while. For mod number 1, I chose Better Map. Now, the reason I like this one so much is because when you're moving around, you can only see so much. You have to constantly try to guess on which direction it was that your home base could be. Before you get access to teleporters, it really is just a guessing game a lot of the time. Unless you know exactly where you are, because you put a placement marker or something earlier on. But if you're out of range, it won't show it. So the best part about this is the amount of space that you can have saved as you travel. Now, I just popped into creative mode for a second so I could show you guys exactly how nice this is, because now if I look at the map, I flew around a large enough radius that it uncovered everything that you see here, instead of what it was before. So flying all the way around, down here and back, now I could see all of this, and if I really want to, I can just look at it anytime, see where the spawn is, my location, a forgotten temple, maybe a structure or two that you want to look at, as well as any biome that you might want to save in mind for possibly a build later on, or if you want to try to find certain items that are in there. This is a lot easier. Now, to not get too much into detail on it, since I just want to showcase the mods, you can set a lot of individual settings here. If I wanted to configure something inside of the game, or inside of the actual file itself, both of those are pretty easy. And that's just using /bm, config, quality, and then you could set like medium if you wanted, which is I'm pretty sure what it sets automatically. And then as long as I restart, then it'll change from what it's at right now to something that's a little easier to run. And you can go all the way down to low if you want. This is going to help a lot with exploration, and I think that there's a lot that this game already covers very well, but again, early access, you can only do so much, so it's really nice to be able to track everything you have done, where you've been, and this will also help with future updates when it comes to zones that you haven't traveled to yet. So now you're going to know whether or not with that update number 1, if there's going to be dinosaurs that are lurking in your zone 4. Alright, let's move on to the next one. For mod number 2, I'm going with Gone Fishing. Now this one is pretty relaxed. So just throw down a bobber with a right click of the fishing rod. And bam. We've caught ourselves a clownfish. You can tell because obviously it bobs into the water, but I like this one a lot because A, I'm a fan of fishing in real life, and B, this does add a little bit more fun to the game, especially when going for food earlier on, because it really only takes 3 linen and a couple of sticks. It's not hard to make, it's not hard to use, and you can catch some pretty rare looking fish. And I think it adds enough that I wanted to make sure this was number 2. And if you're wondering how many different fish you can catch, well, there is a lot of them, including a humpback whale. So you have fun catching that one. And I'm going to move on to mod number 3. Next up is late animal breeding. This is the thing that I think a lot of us are hoping is added to the game soon. That as well as having them grow. So to show this off, I have 2 sheep here that I spawned in. And using /breed config info sheep, it'll let me know that they want lettuce. So if I look at them, I can now press F to feed. And voila, there is now a little guy. This does seem to have a timer after, so I'm assuming it's going to be at least a day or 2 before you can do it again. But now you have a little dude, and you can get yourselves more animals without having to lure them or go out into the world looking for a new one every single time you want to build your farm up. I think this is a really nice mod. It's really, it's more of a cozy one. And as this gets updated, I'm sure there's going to be more that's done to it. But I like this one a lot. I think it's a nice number 3. Now let's get into my favorite ones. So for mod number 4, I'm going to show you guys metallurgy. Now this mod has a lot to show. So to start off, I'm going to tell you guys exactly why I think this one is necessary. When you're playing Hytale, you're going to find things like copper, iron, and then you're going to skip over ones like silver. You're not going to look at gold too much. You're going to run south to get thorium, you're going to run north to get cobalt, and elsewhere eventually for adamantite, and you're done. And you can do that all pretty quickly. Now let me show you why this next mod is so good. So you'd start here, skip this, go to this one all the way through to adamantite normally. Now even silver in this mod is going to be used. Even look at getting pig iron sword. You can now find tin, using that to get 10 ingots, and even better than all of that, the Maniulin helmet, chest plate, gauntlet, greaves, the sword, and the ore, which is obviously dropped from cobalt, as well as Ardite ingot. Ardite drops out of cobalt ore with a 33% chance. And Ardite looks like this, more similar to the gold look. Now, I will say it does stand out pretty heavily from what you'd normally look like, but I think that just having something that's going to add a little bit more to the game is never a bad thing. Now, lastly, with this mod, they've added to the furnace mix with a blast furnace and a coke furnace. And the coke furnace takes charcoal, turning it into coke coal. Now, coke coal inside of the blast furnace can also turn iron ingots into steel ingots, giving you something to have an upgraded version of your iron, which you're going to find a lot of, as well as slag. And I'm not really sure what this is, but either way, it's pretty neat. I like it. Now, there are other things on these mods so far that I haven't shown you, but the last one I think you're going to absolutely love. So let's go to that one right now. All right, for the final mod, this is a big one, and I'm going to start off by breaking this tree. May have noticed that pop-up there saying that I've started wood cutting. Now, with everything I've been breaking, we are getting wood cutting XP. So this mod is the MMO skill tree. This is going to add something to either your survival, a mod pack you're working on, or inside of your server with your buddies. And if you guys want to get a server, use code VOXY on Bisect if you guys want to get 25% off. That's actually what I have my server on for my SMP for the Twitch subs. So I can verify it is a fantastic service. Now, with this, there's obviously a lot more than just cutting down trees. You guys can see I hit level 3, and it'll tell you to do MMO XP /MMO XP. And now we can take a look at all of our skills here. And there are a lot of them. From mining and wood cutting to building and crafting, you got things in between, like individual ones, like axes, staves, blunt, archery, harvesting, everything you could think of. Now, each individual tree, if you click into, you could see everything that's in it. Now, this is obviously something that's going to be worked on over time and probably polished a little bit better as time goes on. But I think this is a fantastic way to add more to what you have already inside of this early access game that'll just keep you busy and keep you a little bit more intrigued and be able to track everything that you've done. There's gathering, combat, crafting, and miscellaneous. There's a leaderboard even if you're on a server. You can track basically every single part of it if that's something that you want. Now, you can change this stuff yourself, so you can go ahead and put a threshold on when the notification is going to trigger for you. You can turn on or off each notification. You can change the language, and all of that really simply inside of the mod itself. And just like that, if you start mining, the next one starts. And now you can progress in more than just your gear. Now, as we can see here, they're adding fishing, taming, alchemy, cooking, and smithing later on, active abilities with cooldowns, competitions and events for servers, as well as more languages for more people to be able to gain access. But the 5 mods that I have are right here. If you guys want to take a look at them, I will have them linked in the description. I'm going to be doing a lot of different content on this channel, so if you guys have anything you want me to showcase, you want me to look at, or talk about, then feel free to drop them in the comments. And I do want to mention that all the mods that obviously I'm showing right now are definitely more detailed than what I've shown off. I'm just trying to show you guys a simple little bit of it. I don't want to take too much of your time. But that'll be it for this video. If you guys want to catch next week's, make sure you guys subscribe. And maybe check out my main channel, because I am cooking up a pretty large video for that as well. If you guys could hit the like button and also comment down below what you think is your favorite mod. Doesn't have to be from this video. It could be from anything that's been produced and posted on things like Curseforge or High Items or anything like that. And I'll be catching you guys next week for another video. Take care, my dudes. Whoa.